Hello everyone, welcome to my chemistry channel B.L.DASH Short and Sweet in Chemistry. Now this is the chapter Carbon and its Compound of class 10th. Now in this chapter is some small chapter is there that is known as soaps and detergent, and the part is 19B. So first we should know soap and detergent. How can you know as a common way? Everyone sees soap name, different type of name is there. Chandan soap, Lifebuoy, Dettol, like this. Detergent, you can see Rin powder, Surf Excel powder. Detergent always in generally powder form, but nowadays in liquid form also existing. So soap and detergents are both cleaning agent. It is helping for cleaning of generally cloths. Soaps are sodium or potassium salt of long chain of carboxylic acid. So first you will see soaps are what salt? Sodium, potassium. Of what? Long chain carboxylic acid. Long chain of carboxylic acid mean what? So many carbon atoms are there, not 1, 2, 3. It is more than 3. Long chain carboxylic acid, that is called fatty acid. Fatty acid, that is called long chain carboxylic acid. They are produced by the hydrolysis of oils and fats. That is so not necessary, but one should know how can you get this is the fatty acid. Fatty acid, how can you get? Hydrolysis of oils and fats. Example of fatty acid. What is that? Palmitic acid. This is I think you don't know, but anyhow you can try to remember. Palmitic acid, stearic acid. Only 3 remember, sufficient. Palmitic acid, stearic acid and oleic acid. They are fatty acids, long chain of carboxylic acid. Carboxylic acid mean you know a 19A chapter, COOH group present, that is called carboxyl group, and where it is attached, that is called carboxylic acid. Then what is conclusion? Soap means sodium and potassium salt of higher fatty acid. You can take sodium salt, you can potassium salt according to your choice. Such as palmitic acid, stearic acid, and are called oleic acid, so you can remember, and are called soaps. With water produces foam, leather, which that is soap. With water forms foams. Then with soap, then which water it produces soap? Foam, soft water. Water not produces any leather with soap. Which water? Which water not produces any leather, that is foam, with soap, what? With soap, that is called hard water. Then with soft water, it produces foam. But hard water, it never produces soap. Then what is soft water and hard water? Hard water means hardness of water due to presence of salt, bicarbonate, chloride, and sulfate. That means sodium bicarbonate, sodium chloride, and sodium sulfate, like potassium sulfate, like this. That means these are called hard water. If these salts are present, it is called hard water. And soap never produces leather with hard water. But with soft water, that means if these salts are not present, that is called soft water. Then what is a brief about soap? Conclusion. Soap is a salt of strong base. Remember how it is prepared, how it is produced, how it is manufactured. That is by strong base. What is strong base? In chapter also, acid base chapter also, I taught you. Strong base means sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. Weak base means ammonium hydroxide. Not here require ammonium hydroxide. Then, and weak acid means carboxylic acid. So solution of soap with water is basic in nature. In that acid base chapter also you know the salt of strong base and weak acid with weak acid, this gives salt and water, and that one water is basic nature due to sodium hydroxide present used here as a strong base. Remember, which is strong, that nature the product will show. That nature product mean here sodium hydroxide is strong base. That is why here it changes red litmus paper to blue. If acid is there, what happen? If acid is there, then blue litmus paper turns to red. But here not a question about acid. Now the question is about strong base sodium hydroxide used here. That is why red litmus paper turns to blue. At home you can check it. You take soap and blue litmus paper you bring from the shop, that is chemistry shop. Base, what to do? Red litmus paper turns to blue. These two knowledge one should gain. Structure of soap. Structure of soap how? A soap molecule made up of two parts. That soap having two parts. What is that part? Part 1, a long hydrocarbon part. See, this is diagram. This is long hydrocarbon part. And second, a short part containing COONA. This is the here in diagram you can see short ionic part water soluble and long hydrocarbon that is oil soluble. That means it is a plus one side minus one side. That is dipole nature, dipole structure. The long hydrocarbon chain is what is hydrophobic? There is no attraction towards water. That means it is insoluble in water but soluble in oil and grease. Again see, this is the long chain hydrocarbon part. This is soluble in grease and oil but not in water. Second part, that is the ionic part of soap is soluble in water. I think this is the it is dipole part 1, part 2. Yes, part 2, that is ionic part. So the ionic part here, part 2. Then here of soap molecule is soluble in water and but insoluble in oil and grease. Why soluble in water? Because it is has positive charge and polar nature, that is insoluble. Brief about detergent. Now over soap, it is easy. Soap and then come to detergent. Detergents are sodium salt of long chain of sulfonic acid. This is the group. This is the group, ionic group. There are two parts. One is ionic part, other is which is water soluble, that is hydrophilic, and the long chain hydrocarbon, that is hydrophobic. And here you can say where the soaps are sodium salt of long chain carboxylic acid, the ionic group is this one. So what happened here? Brief about detergent especially you can remember here the part is SOO3 minus Na plus, and at other side that is the this part hydrocarbon part. Whereas the soaps are sodium salt of long chain of carboxylic acid, the ionic part is COONA plus CO minus. See here diagram. The diagram, it indicates soap. Are you clear? This indicates detergent. This is soap and this is detergent. I hope it is clear. Then what is limitation of soap? Only limitation means only regarding the foam and regarding soft and hard water. When soap is used washing clothes, a large amount of soap wasted. Why wasting? Because it is reacting. It is reacting hard water. If then what happen? More soaps you can use forms insoluble precipitate. Then here insoluble precipitate is formed, that is called scum. Scum means cloudy precipitate. Stick to the cloth and again it will wash repeatedly because stick this precipitate stick to the cloth, again more water required, again more soap required. That is why you should take soft water. This is the disadvantage of limitation of soap. And here difference between soap and detergent. What is the difference between? Because both are used for washing the cloth, but what is the difference? Because regarding structure, soap and structure I told. Then here soap cannot be used in hard water for washing. Hardness of water due to presence of calcium and magnesium salt of this bicarbonate, chloride, sulfate of calcium and magnesium. So, Ca plus 2 and Mg plus ion in hard water react with soap to form cloudy white precipitate. That means the hard water contain a calcium and magnesium of calcium bicarbonate, chloride, sulfate. Then what happens? In hard water, they react with soap to form cloudy white precipitate that is not soluble and attached to the cloth. While the precipitate of calcium magnesium salt of with cloudy white precipitate, what is that? That calcium magnesium salt of precipitate. So that precipitate is due to calcium magnesium salt, you can make in bracket. Calcium and magnesium salt of fatty acid. Clear now? Then what happened about detergent? Detergent is also one type salt. Then what is that? Can be used. Okay, it is used for washing in soft water and hard water also. Because soft water there is no problem. In hard water there is a problem due to hardness. But detergent never produce any precipitate. And soaps are biodegradable but detergents are not. That is the negative part of the detergent. And most of the detergents are not biodegradable. That means it produces pollution in lakes, river, where it goes, that water goes with detergent water. And here calcium magnesium salt of detergents are soluble, and inside detergent it is soluble, so useful for washing in hard water. One can wash in hard water, and what is the negative? Negative part is that is soluble in soluble form in hard water, that is not making pollution in lake. Cleaning action of soap. How it is cleaning? Most dirt particles are oily, does not dissolve in water. The molecules of soap and sodium potassium salt of long chain carboxylic acid. Here what happened? First point you should know, dirty water never are soluble in water. Okay. Then you know molecules of sodium what contains. There is a long chain, salt of long chain, and then here carboxylic acid. It has two chain of carboxylic acid. It has two ending part. One is short, another is long. Long chain hydrocarbon. Short chain is that is having minus plus charge. So what happens here? It has two ends, and one is hydro. Otherwise, you should know about in language, that is like hydrophobic. Till now we are telling soluble, not soluble. Now it is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic means water hardness, and another is hydrophilic. Hydrophilic, water attraction. Hydrophilic, and which one hydrophilic? In diagram you see, this is the hydrophilic. So it is hydrophilic part which interacts with water, and hydrophobic which will never attract water, not never only attract to oil and grease. Now this is in hydrophobic and hydrophilic. When the soap at the surface of water When you wash something, then it comes to surface of the water. The hydrophobic tail part here is not soluble in water. So will align along the surface of water. So after washing also, it is floating. That is called scum with ionic end of water and the hydrocarbon tail protruding out of water, that is taken out. The oily part that is taken out by the help of hydrocarbon. Then to here, who is helping? That is the short end part, ionic part. And here inside water, these molecules have unique orientation. That means inside water, the molecules, which molecule? One part is short end, another part is long end. Long end is called hydrocarbon part, and short end called ionic part. And that is floating in such a way, molecules have unique moving, like this into the center, that is the long chain part, and the outer side, that is the ionic part. Hydrocarbon protrude out of water and cluster of molecules, and that is why a cluster of molecules is formed, the hydrophobic toward the center and hydrophilic, that is out of center. See the diagram. And here it is ionic part. Sorry, this is the ionic part, this is the long part. Then long part, like here you can see, it is a cluster of molecules, and from here the hydrocarbon part is towards the center and hydrophilic part the out of the center. Soap in the, and that is structures, cluster of molecules, that is called micelle. So it is very important question for point of examination. What is micelle and what is the cleaning action of soap? Soap in the form of micelle is able to clean. Darts are collected. The soap micelle is very important. Collected in the center of the micelle. The micelle stay as colloids, will not come together to precipitate because of ion repulsion. See in diagram, everywhere this Na plus, this Na plus, both repulsion. Here also repulsion. Here also, where there is this part and there is ionic part, there is a repulsion. So what happened? You can say here, one part is hydrophilic, which one? That is soap molecule, and another part is hydrophilic and hydrophobic. Hydrophilic, that towards water, hydrophobic towards oil. And after that, here you can say limitation of soap clear and welding. Yes. Advantage and disadvantage of soap: detergents are more soluble than soap called before that also I left. Yes, here. So the dart particles suspended in the micelle in the center and also rinse away, and soap solution appear as cloudy as the soap mice are large enough to scatter light. So sometimes a soap solution react in this way. So many micelles are produced, cluster of molecules are produced, just large enough to, it is not helping to scatter the light. That is why it looks like a cloudy form. And here, advantage and disadvantage of soap and detergent. Then what is advantage? Generally, the detergent have so many advantages except one, that is not biodegradable. Anyhow, maximum are non-biodegradable and some are biodegradable. So non-biodegradable means what? That means by the help microorganism, it will not break. That is non-biodegradable. If it is not biodegradable, then it will not help to the soil for the good quality. So detergents can be used in soft and hard water. Your detergent, not your soap. Soap only in soft water. Detergents have to stronger cleaning action than soap, because soap in only soft water and detergent soap and hard water. That is why detergents have cleansing action more than soap. Detergents are more soluble than soap, called soapless soap. So it is detergent is more soluble, and so it is called soapless soap. Some detergents are not biodegradable, not decomposed by microorganisms. So water pollution takes in lakes and rivers, but soaps are biodegradable. Now you can find this point is advantage of soaps, and other points are very much advantage than soap. Limitation of soap in washing cloth. Large amount of soap is wasted because it is not cleaned properly due to hard water and form insoluble precipitate. And this scum which is formed, the stick to the clothes and being washed again. If it only waste of time and soap, because by using soap it is not cleaned properly, you are using more soap. If it is hard water, generally you can get the hard water, and more hard water you never use for anything, but little bit hardness is there. And bathing with soap, after bathing, what happens with soap? You know the lather is formed. What to do then? Foam is formed with difficulty. Foam form insoluble substance remains after washing with water. That is a curdy white precipitate, you can say. A scum, you can say. Scum is caused by the reaction of soap with calcium, magnesium, salt of hard water. Are you clear? Scum, that is called curdy white precipitate, and that is also called scum. How it is prepared? How it is produced? By the reaction with calcium and magnesium salt, which causes hardness of water. Remember, due to hardness of water only all negative part form, the scum is formed, excess of waste of that soap is there, and so all the points due to hardness of water. And a large amount of soap is used. Detergent are used, cleaning agent. Detergents, because that can react with the hard water also. Then the help of hard water also one can wash the cloth. So detergents are sodium salt of sulfonic acid and ammonium salt with chloride and bromide. So suppose anybody can ask what is detergent, you can say directly it is sodium salt of sulfonic acid, or you can say ammonium salt with chloride and bromide. Ions, both have long hydrocarbon chain. Structure of detergent is similar to that of soap, only the parts change. Two parts having a long hydrocarbon chain which is water repelling, and short ionic part which is a water attracting. What is water repelling? Hydrophobic. What is water attracting? Hydrophilic. The same meaning. Though charge and of detergents do not form insoluble precipitate, that is the positive point. The detergent never form insoluble precipitate with hard water, that is calcium and magnesium salt. So good effect in hard water. Detergents used to make shampoo and other cleaning clothes also, other things also can be washed properly by the help of detergent, where more oil and grease are there that can be washed by the detergent only, because detergent can be used in hard water. So I hope this detergent soap and what is the use of soap, detergent difference, what is difference, advantage and disadvantage also there. So I hope it is clear to you, and you try to understand this chapter. Myself B.L.DASH, BGT Chemistry KVS, short and sweet in chemistry. Thanks for watching my video.